Here we are, bounding into comics.com. Geekosity's Mikey Sutton suggests the clues to the SnyderVerse being restored are in plain sight now. With all that being said, I don't think the SnyderVerse is coming back. I really don't. Would I be happy if the SnyderVerse was back? To a certain extent. While I do own, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition, Man of Steel. I did sit down and watch the Snyder Cut. Not sold on the entire presentation of the Snyder style. I don't think it works for some characters, whereas it does work for others. Superman, I don't believe is meant to be this gritty character like Zack Snyder likes to present him as. I prefer more of the lighter toned. Right now, the Tyler Hoechlin, if I'm saying his name correctly, on Superman and Lois, is a wonderful Superman character. He's doing an extremely good job, and I say that as somebody who absolutely hates the CW. As you know, if you're here on the channel, I review Batwoman. But let's dive into this article here. J.B. Augustine, this came out today. I haven't done one of these videos in a while, so yeah, not a lot of bells and whistles on this one. I just kind of want to talk my way through this article with you guys to get some content out today. Nothing is over till it's over. The SnyderVerse isn't dead, just asleep, barring an official announcement to the contrary by Warner Brothers. Well, I took the J.J. Abrams deal, and especially the garbage tier announcement that Ta-Nehisi Coates, renowned racist, is going to be writing a Superman movie, and they're race-swapping Kal-El, which makes no sense at all. If you're doing that to Clark Kent, that Superman, it doesn't make sense to do that when you could use Calvin Ellis, Val Zod, or, Icon, create a new character. But again, that takes creativity and intelligence, which I don't think Ta-Nehisi Coates has. Basically what I'm saying to you is, fuck Ta-Nehisi Coates. If you got no love for me, I got no love for you. I don't wish you ill, but basically I have no use for you or your work because you are trash. To that end, Geekosity offers reasons why we should be optimistic that the bell won't toll on the DCEU as we know anytime soon. The main reason involves a change at the executive level, as Warner Brothers Pictures Group Chairman Toby Emmerich could be on his way out a year from now and is reportedly already engaging in negotiation tactics. Citing The Hollywood Reporter, Mikey Sutton shared that infamous mogul David Geffen contacted Netflix on Emmerich's behalf to gain leverage in a future negotiations with Warner's. Sutton explains, "This is called the takeaway, and this is a method of looking like you're weighing your options. Should there be writing on the wall, and Warner Brothers may try to keep Emmerich in if other firms issue a bid for him." The Geekosity editor-in-chief adds, "This could be a sign Emmerich has the nuclear codes and that his departure may lead to a certain House of Cards collapsing." Now, this is typical Hollywood stuff. Oh, we're just going to blackmail our way into, staying. Oh, God, I love it. Furthermore, on the narrative end of DC films, we have the incorporation of the multiverse, which would not cut into Snyder's cinematic territory even if Andy Muschietti's upcoming The Flash wipes the slate of canon clean. At most, the film would reset some pieces of the DCEU while maintaining Snyder's Earth with most of its characters, whether they're in use or not. The Kal-El in J.J. Abrams and Ta-Nehisi Coates' Superman movie, who's from another part of the multiverse, isn't replacing Henry Cavill. In short, says Sutton, Cavill is safe in any way Walter Hamada's gamble with The Flash isn't. However, the Superman reboot isn't guaranteed to be a hit. What if it fails? In all likelihood, they'd go back to the drawing board and maybe groveling to Snyder's doorstep. See, I don't think they would do that. I think that pride and hubris would block them from bringing Zack Snyder back, because we know how these executives are. They don't like to be wrong, and if they are wrong, they don't like to admit it. So bringing Zack Snyder back would be akin to saying, we made a mistake, we messed up, this is what you guys wanted, and we gave you this that you didn't want, and you told us that with your wallets. That's the way most businesses work. Entertainment is operated on ego and, as I said, sheer fucking hubris. So that's a stretch of monumental proportions to say that they would admit that they made a mistake. What's more, with Snyder's new Netflix movie Army of the Dead just a few days away from release, AT&T and Warner Brothers parent company and the driving force behind the completion of the Snyder Cut will be paying close attention to how it performs. Warner might consider the SnyderVerse dead in the boardroom and in the trades, but Sutton thinks it's more applicable to say things are on ice, similar to the situation between Disney and Sony when it came to Spider-Man. they won't leave money on the table, or at least AT&T won't allow them to. AT&T is making the calls here, a lot of these calls when it comes to the finances, and they're not going to take any of the shit that Warner Brothers wants to do as far as, narratively. If it doesn't make money, they're not going to accept it because they're not in the business of wanting to lose money. That said, restoring the SnyderVerse won't be instantaneous. Sutton concludes it will happen, but brick by brick in stages. If that sounds good to you, dear and patient fans, drop a comment. Let us know your thoughts. Me personally, like I said, I don't think that the SnyderVerse is going to come back in full. I think that the Ta-Nehisi Coates thing, if it takes place in another universe, I honestly hope it flops. I do. Because that'll be a way of telling them, we don't want this garbage. We don't want your identity politics. Again, it doesn't matter how many times we say it in videos like this, you have to use your wallet. And if you don't want to support something, don't support it financially. And hopefully other like-minded individuals will do the same. You can enjoy something and still have discerning taste about the brand. I see this a lot every day in the Marvel Cinematic Universe group. If you don't just blindly go, oh my God, I'm so excited for this, and then watch that and then consume the next product and get excited for that, you're considered a hater. Which, no, if you don't have to accept everything that comes from a business that you once supported. If a product comes out and you don't like it, tell them with your wallet. You don't have to support it. Let others enjoy it, but you don't have to support it. As an add-on to the video, I wanted to cover this article, which is funny. It directly contradicts anything that Mikey Sutton said that was reported on over at Bounding Into Comics. This article from CBR.com came out 2 hours ago. This is Dylan Cecil. Now, I'm not a huge CBR.com supporter. I think they're they lean a certain way. I have, reported on their articles before because that's how I operate. But Zack Snyder labels Warner Brothers aggressively anti-Snyder. This would seemingly contradict any report to insinuate that the SnyderVerse is going to be restored or brought back in any way, shape, or form. Director Zack Snyder calls Warner Brothers aggressively anti-Snyder when asked about his future contributions to the DC Extended Universe. Zack Snyder recently addressed Warner Brothers being aggressively anti-Snyder when it comes to the future of the SnyderVerse. While promoting his new film, Army of the Dead, Snyder discussed his relationship with Warner Brothers in an interview with Jake Hamilton of the YouTube channel Jake's Takes. Snyder said that Warner Brothers has been aggressively anti-Snyder, if you will, and that's, what can I say, clearly they're not interested in my take. He referenced his most recent contribution to the DC movie franchise by stating, I would also say that, they certainly weren't interested in, my take on Justice League. They certainly made decisions about that. Snyder's cut of Justice League was released in March and is still fueling much discussion amongst fans. Making it clear he's still interested in the DC Extended Universe, Snyder continued with, I love the characters, I love the worlds, and I think it's an amazing place to make a movie. However, the director doesn't believe Warner Brothers feels the same as he does. I would hope that they would see that there's this massive fandom that wants more of that, but who knows what they'll do. Snyder's comments echo many fans' sentiments as the hashtag Restore the Snyderverse movement is still going strong. Known for directing some of the DCEU's biggest projects like Man of Steel, Snyder also worked as a producer on Wonder Woman and Wonder Woman 1984. Wonder Woman was good. Wonder Woman 1984 is complete garbage. I just, like I said, there's some characters tonally that Zack Snyder doesn't belong working with. And I firmly believe that Superman is one of those if he wants to make another gritty Superman movie. And I somewhat like Man of Steel. I just don't think that that is the right tone for that character who's supposed to be so positive and uplifting. And I do agree that they have been very anti-Snyder to where they, called all the fans of the Snyder Cut, everybody that supported the Snyder Cut movement were, toxic, for not just falling all over themselves, wanting more, of the other side of things, which I enjoyed. Aquaman, it's not a great movie, but I enjoyed it. Wonder Woman 84, as I said, garbage. Suicide Squad, garbage. I don't need the air cut of Suicide Squad. There's not enough footage to make that movie good. I have no interest in James Gunn. The Suicide Squad movie, I do not. I won't be watching it. Birds of Prey was garbage. Shazam was fun. The original Wonder Woman was good. Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice, Ultimate Cut or whatever, Ultimate Edition was added more context, which the movie needed. I wouldn't hold my breath in hopes of the restoration of the SnyderVerse. But now, what do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Temple Queen of the Place to Be Reviews. I've been here with all of you. And remember, if I don't see you, have a great day, a pleasant tomorrow, and I'll catch you on the next one.